5 ways to be less stressed. Number 1, keep things simple. Don't overcomplicate things. Try to minimize distractions, etc. If your life is full of worry and stress, try to pick like one small thing and release all your anxiety about it. It doesn't have to be spectacular. Anything will do. And what I'm saying is something simple. All right? This sounds really easy, right? But obviously it's not always easy. But start with something small, and then the bigger stuff won't seem so daunting. Okay? So like an example would be wear the same thing to work every day. Have a uniform. And then you don't have to worry about your clothes. I have a basic uniform. It's blue jeans, boots, and a button-down shirt. The shirt is usually either dark blue, black, or gray. And I would say this is my routine 90% of the time. And since this is my uniform, all I have to do is figure out what's clean. I grab it, I put it on, and I go. Easy. Now, once you have that one small thing that you no longer have to worry about, you can pick another small thing. Rinse and repeat. If your house is a mess, just get your closet in order. Minimize your closet. Get rid of old stuff that you're not using. Get rid of that junk. It's like by minimizing things that you're not using, it is a mirror to your soul. Like you will just feel a release of that burden. Number 2, think about your story. So what's your story? What's the story you tell yourself? What's the story you want told? You know, by thinking of your story, you will be more motivated to do something and less motivated to live in fear. Like break your story down. What's the dialogue like? What's the conflict? What's the solution? Are you the hero, the villain, or the love interest? Or maybe a little bit of all of them. Now go and live that story. Create the character and live it. When you know you're following your purpose, what's there to worry about? Number 3, I'm going to call this reverse meditation. So I want you to sit down in a place without distraction. Get comfortable. Close your eyes and breathe. Don't try to meditate. Just breathe. Don't attempt to push all your thoughts aside. Instead, let the thoughts come. Let them circle through your head, but remember to breathe. You breathe in and out. In and out. Feel the cool air come in and the warm air go out. As you do this, you'll notice a lightness to your thoughts, a calmness surrounding your dread. And I want you to picture a warm light surrounding your body. This light is a protective hedge sent from God. Think of it like a guardian angel. It prevents your thoughts from attacking you. And with each breath, you let your anxiety come and you let your anxiety go. You breathe deeper if necessary, and you let the external world around you fade. You let this present moment exist without expectations, which is a fancy way of saying, let it be. Now practice this every day. Work up to 10, 20, 30 minutes. You might say, but Doc, I don't have time. Well, just do less of something else and more of this. When you're done with your breathing, when you're done letting these thoughts come and go, I want you to pray. You pray that God gives you peace and releases you from dread. And you pray that you will be able to just trust. Because trust is the antidote to anxiety. Now, number 4 on the 5 ways to be less stressed is imagination. I want you to use your imagination. I want you to imagine what it would be like to be happy every day. Now again, happiness is not the absence of struggle, okay? But it's finding purpose in struggle. It's finding meaning in your day-to-day. and in the battles that you're going to face. That's what I'm talking about with happiness. I'm not talking about some kind of fake smile or charade. All right? I know it's tough out there, so please don't get me wrong on this. But to be able to get all the things done in a day that you felt were necessary and to still have time for yourself, that's what I want you to imagine, what that life would be like. What would it feel like to have a life less stressed? What would your day be like? Now, I want you to take the time to imagine a situation that you handled poorly. Maybe you freaked out more than you should have. Maybe your temper got the best of you. Whatever it was, take time to visualize a different scenario. One where you made the right choices. One where the anxiety didn't carry you away. One where your temper was controlled. One where you said the right words. And now I want you to accept forgiveness for your previous mistakes and visualize yourself improving every day. Every day a step closer to being the person you need to be. Because nobody is perfect. But that doesn't mean you can't try. Now, visualization and affirmations, they work by hypnotizing your subconscious. Now, number 5 on the 5 ways to be less stressed is take the long view. Sometimes all you can do is one small thing. That small thing will snowball into larger things. It will pay dividends. Don't be afraid of the small stuff. By taking the long view, you look for any small thing you can do now that will get you closer to your goal in the future. And now, see, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, man, that sounds a lot like number 1. And you're right, it does. Because life is a circle, my friends. All right, now I'm going to give you a bonus. Those are the 5 ways to be less stressed. This is just a couple lines I want you to think about. This is from Psalm 139. You know me inside and out. You know every bone in my body. You know exactly how I was made bit by bit. How I was sculpted from nothing into something. So think about it, guys. If God sculpted us from nothing into something, He knows every last part of us. He understands our fears, our desires, our anxiety, our depression, our addictions. He gets it. He says He knows it, and He says that we can trust Him. And that, my friends, is the answer. Because trust is the antidote to worry.